Introduce that to have a guest with us. We have Colonel David Fallon of the United States Marine Corps. You've done this a couple times, been on with us. Along with Nomad's still on the call too, but we're going to check out the 174-pound final and chat with you a little bit.
Yeah, no, great, and really appreciate being here again. And so, what a great event, and the Marines are really proud to be a part of it. This is arguably the second most difficult tournament in the nation, folk style, and what better way to celebrate the sport of wrestling than to be part of this partnership.
Absolutely. Our match, we got Lydy from Purdue versus Bryce Steiert, and as you said, Nomad, Lydy undefeated on the season. A rematch this is of CKLV.
Yeah, and perfect to me, perfect match to have Colonel Fallon on here because we got two guys who exemplify some Marine values in their wrestling, very hard-nosed, gritty hand fighters. So I think this is a perfect match to have Colonel Fallon on, and I'm excited to see how they go. Last time it was 3-1 at CKLV. I'm hoping we get a little higher. Maybe we get sudden victory again, but maybe a 7-5 this time.
How about 10-12?
10-12
sounds
while
we're
good.
at it, let's go 96 to 98.
Okay. A little greedy, I think.
Well,
But Colonel Fallon, we enjoy having you on here. How many Midlands have you been to? Is this your first one?
No, this is probably my fifth. So what happened was last year I started working with Tim Sisiski, and we just started talking about a partnership after last year's Midlands, and before you knew it, we had something put in place. So it's a great story for both of us.
How'd you get introduced to wrestling? Was it through the Marines? Was it later in life? Was it?
No, it was young. It was young. I grew up and honestly, like a lot of kids, basketball wasn't going to work out for me, and so I ended up on the mats, and it's I've been with it ever since. And
drag, go behind here, Lydy to the leg now. Oh, but I think nothing going to happen over here on the edge. So how old were you think when you first started?
I was 8th grade.
Okay.
I was 8th grade in Texas, actually. So
whereabouts in Texas?
Just outside Houston. So my first coach was this guy named Bill Duchesne, who, in the state of Texas, he's coaches Rio Rancho in Houston, and he's a Hall of Fame coach in the state of Texas. So I believe he's still coaching, actually. As of last year, he was.
Nice.
Great guy.
And you lightweight, middleweight?
Yeah, I was back 98 pounds. 98 pounds when, at the beginning. So 126, and in college, that's as big as I got. So at least for that very small fraction of time during weigh-ins, right?
Yeah, right before weigh-ins and during weigh-ins. That's it. That was back in the day of day before weigh-ins, right? 24-hour weigh-ins.
I think, I guess we were 24 hours. But certainly morning weigh-ins, and you still had plenty of time to recover. And the night before, for tournaments, we would weigh in the night before.
Right. Oh, how times have changed.
Yeah, I know. And for the better. I do think it's more healthy. We did some really, really silly things back then.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And we're not at 0-0 here. Last 10 seconds of the first period. There's been a lot of hand fighting going on, banging here in the center of the map, but neither guy really all that close to a takedown.
You and I seems to have had a really strong tournament here. I mean, sitting pretty high up there on the leaderboard, I guess, huh?
They're in second.
Second place.
They're still in second. A lot of points behind Iowa.
Oh, everybody is, though. This is it's been a big tournament for Iowa.
Very solid team this year, too. That helps. Second period. Steiert underneath, up to the feet, and he's away in 3 seconds. We'll call it 4. Call it 5.
First two Panthers in the finals. They'll have Taylor Lujan coming up next. They also had a 3rd and a 5th, so a clean sweep. If they go 4-0 in placing matches, I'm sure Coach Doug Schwab would feel happy about that. You see him in the corner as well with Coach Pugh. 6.5 up on Illinois right now.
Yeah, it's a good spot to be. 97 or 90.5.
And Iowa broke the team scoring record without Michael Kemmerer wrestling at all and without Spencer Lee wrestling today.
That's I'd say that's pretty good.
Incredible.
That's pretty good. No, that's very good. Very impressive. Why don't you go ahead and tweet that? Nomad, could you do that?
Way ahead of you, Bader.
Thanks, buddy. If you guys don't know, Nomad's big on the Twitter.
I mean, Iowa has just looked so strong, and up and down the lineup, just their ability to finish. We just watched Lugo, and just his ability to finish in some of those positions, I think, is the step that maybe some of these guys took and has put them in this position.
We were just kind of mentioning the same thing, and Alex Marinelli, it's a very efficient finisher. Right? He gets to the legs pretty much every time. He's going to finish. We have not really seen much getting to the legs here at 174. It's been a lot of hand fighting.
It's really, with Lydy, I think, undefeated so far on the year, and a guy who I think is really going to break through and have a good finish to his career, finish on the podium. Just can he expand beyond that, arsenal hand fighting? Maybe set up a few more leg attacks, especially earlier in the match. His big jump. For me, the big jump for the Marine Corps, not just USA Wrestling events and Freestyle and Greco events, now expanding into folk style.
Yeah.
And again, we've talked about it every time we've had you on here, but it's a great match between the wrestling community and the Marine Corps.
Right. Well, Nomad, you're right. The Marine Corps has been working a lot with USA Wrestling, which of course is is a freestyle events. And we want to work more closely, probably with, in addition to the USA Wrestling, with the National Wrestling Coaches Association, which of course is more aligned with, the expansion of wrestling through folk style teams and that sort of thing. So we certainly locally run a lot of different, partnerships and involvement with high school programs and even college programs. But more on the bigger events, it has been kind of USA Wrestling events.
And I know everything I've heard of from USA Wrestling. I'm very happy with the partnership. So, and we see Lydy in on a layer towards the edge, and that's nothing. I believe they're out. I think that was right. Dan was down typing a tweet.
That was close. He almost tipped him over.
He had control. 1-1, minute 7 to go, and as you alluded to earlier, Dan, we could be headed straight towards overtime. Maybe not.
Maybe Lydy just he likes giving the people a little free wrestling. Nothing wrong with that.
A little extra wrestling for free. I like it. Tries a little pull down, throw by. He's trying to level change. Good staying in position by Lydy.
You know what else I'm wondering, Bader? Lydy has that hand take.
And there we go. He runs up to a high single, snatches it in the air. 34 seconds, plenty of time. Can he finish? He goes limp arm back to the leg, back to the hip, and that's going to be 2 for Lydy on the edge as they slip out of bounds. Great job. Attack of the leg, staying with it, and getting the finish.
I was just wondering, he proved me wrong there, but with that thumb taped up, if his grip on his right hand's a little weak, and that's kind of why he's a little maybe hesitant to fire off some shots. But didn't matter there. He was able to finish clean.
Yeah. But with the escape, now we got 18 seconds left for Steiert to try to make something happen. Lydy circles towards the edge. 5 seconds. And nothing. They're going to go out of bounds. Do they have one left, or is that going to be one left on the clock? 1 second left. And there you have it. Dylan Lydy once again is going to do it at 174 pounds, 3-2, the 2019 Midlands champion.
And I believe either 21 or 22-0 on the year. Wow. Excellent year for Dylan Lydy. Big slap up for Coach Vega and Coach Ersland there.
Yeah.